Yesterday before the game, you talked about the fact that you're probably going to need some puck luck if you are to turn this thing around and hopefully win a game. And I think you got that, and then some in yesterday's game, even with the first goal when the Panthers hit the post twice in 1 second and it comes down the ice and the unmarked scores. So there's that. My question is, I guess, how do you reconcile the fact that in addition to doing everything right and doing all this tremendous work and preparing and getting ready physically, mentally, there's also this one magic component that you have no control over, but you need it to happen every single time going forward for you?
Yeah, no, it's through the regular season playoffs. There's been times when we played near perfect games, and as good as game maybe one went for us. I thought that was pretty good effort by our guys, and even when you do that, things don't work out the way you feel it should, and all we can control is how we play. We can't control the calls the referee makes or how the goalie on the other side plays or how the team does, or the opposition does. So we just have to control what we can control. We're going to try and play our best hockey that we can. And hopefully that's enough to win us 3 more games.
We'll go back to Tracy. Go ahead, Tracy.
Can you all hear me this time?
Yeah, you're good now, Tracy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. My computer acts up sometimes. Kris, wanted to ask you, last night Paul Maurice said that he does not believe in momentum. I'm curious if you do, and if so, how much do you guys feel you have it going into Game 5?
I believe in momentum, and that lasts about shift to shift. Other than that, from game to game, period to period, I don't think that does. I think our team, obviously, after a game like that, they feel good about themselves. They're feeling confident. But I think even when we were down 3-0, our team felt confident about how they can play. So, I think it's important from game or during the game that say line 1 has a strong shift, spends a lot of time in the offensive zone. I believe in that momentum. It helps out the lines 2 and 3 after them, just able to sustain that pressure. But things change very quickly.
Did you have another question, Tracy? I think you're on mute, Tracy.
I'm very sorry. I did have one more question. Just with going back to Florida now, and it's Game 5, and have you played a road game during these playoffs that going into Game 5, it's like, okay, that's the one I want to see going into Game 5?
I guess, we have played 2 road games, Game 5s, Vancouver and Dallas, both very key parts of the series. But I'm not sure what you're asking.
You want to clarify, Tracy?
Yeah, sorry. I guess maybe my question is what's the perfect road game, or what do you need out of this particular road game to keep this going?
I think we've been able to win multiple ways. I can't say that we need our top guys to perform and come up big. We've won our share of games when our top guys have come and been our best players, but we've won games where our depth guys have come up and contributed and scored a key goal, or we've relied on our goaltender. We won a 1-0 game in the LA series, and we've had our key penalty kills to win us some games. Our power plays come up huge where we've scored, 3 goals in a game. So I don't think that we have a set recipe for this is what we need to accomplish if we're going to win Game 5. We've we feel that no matter how the game goes, we can adjust. You know, we can play a physical game. We can play a fast, open, offensive game. I don't think we have a set boundary of saying this is our blueprint. This is what needs to happen.
We'll go next to Stephen.
Hey, Kris, I know you guys are worried about what you guys do as a team, more so than your opponent, but I'm wondering what you're expecting from Florida's push and kind of how to handle that sort of situation on the road, knowing how they played and how you guys outplayed them in game 4.
Yeah, they're going to respond. They're going to be much more prepared for game 5 than they were in game 4. Obviously, there's distractions of winning game, having a sweep. You've got family and friends coming in for the what they're hoping for, celebrations. And going back home now that you have been beaten, they're going to respond. They're going to be better. What they do, I don't know. I don't know what they're. I feel like we have a pretty good feel of what their team identity is and how they're going to play, but we can't control that. We're just focused on enjoying this as much as we can. We talked about it. We only had 10 days left yesterday of our season, if everything goes well. And as a team, collectively, we're trying to enjoy it as much as possible.
Any other questions for Kris? We'll go back to Stephen.
A lot of your players, Kris, play cards and stuff on the plane. What do you guys do as coaches on a 5.5, 6 hour flight in terms of how much is it video, how much of it is kind of relaxing? What do you do on a long flight?
A lot of video, watching the previous game, preparing for your next meetings, thinking about your messages for the players, individuals, the team collectively, reading a book. Yeah, that's pretty much my time on the plane, and eating some great meals.
We'll go back to Paul.
Oh, I think I'm unmuted. Everybody can hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah. Also yesterday before the game, you mentioned that, and you repeated this just now, that you have 10 days left of the season. I think that's a quote that catches a lot of people's attention, given the position you're in. What do you think it does to your players' mindsets when they hear you say that there's 10 days left in the season, not 4 hours possibly, but all this time to get where you want to go?
Well, I think it does a couple things. One, this is day 271 of their season. They've been grinding for a long time, and they want to get to this position that they're in right now. And they also like each other. They like spending time together. They want to win. I just think it's kind of puts them at ease on, we've been grinding this out for so long. Let's enjoy what we've got left, and we don't have very much left, so let's make the most out of it and try and extend it as much as possible. So I don't know, we're up, backs against the wall, and I know Connor Brown had talked about it yesterday about in his post game about us being our best. Our backs have been up against the wall many times throughout the season. Obviously this isn't another time where people have counted us out, and but there's a lot of belief in this team. They feel good about themselves, and if we play our best, we have an opportunity. We need some breaks. Yes, we got some breaks last night. Feel we didn't get those breaks in games or first part of the series, but yeah, I think everyone's just at ease, feeling confident, and having fun.
We'll go back to Tracy. I think you're muted, Tracy.
So I'm sorry.
There you go.
I probably know the answer to this, given the fact that he's missed the last 2 games, but does Evander Kane go with you to game 5? Thanks.
Yes, Evander's going with us, and there's a possibility, and we'll just evaluate his health and make a decision then.
Okay, great. Thank you.